All right. Welcome back to another episode of Know Your Ducks. I'm here with Brandon Buckner, 6'1", 234 pounds, defensive end, outside linebacker. Brandon, how you doing, man?
Man, I'm doing good. How about yourself?
Good, good. Before we start, man, I do want to say I apologize because all on Twitter, all I've been saying is sack machine. But after seeing your tape, man, you do it all. You're in the trenches,
Yes,
dropping
sir.
back, interception, and all that. So from now on, you're a playmaker, straight like that.
I'll take that. Yes, sir. You know.
All right, though. I know, I just wanted Ducks fans to know, about Brandon, the person, and all that. So let's get right to it. Like, tell me about your story. Who is Brandon?
All right. So me off the field, I'm a very laid back, chill type of dude. I don't really go out too much. I like to keep to myself, but I'm a very chill person. Like, I like to play video games, listen to music, watch movies, just spend time with family and friends. But when it's on the field, I'm all about business. Off the field, I'm a guy that you like to be around. So I'm just a cool dude to be around.
Now you could definitely see that on your tape too, man. Like, phew. But anyways, I know one of the questions that a lot of fans or a lot of people want to ask is because your dad was a player, a coach, and played in the NFL. One of the questions I hear a lot is, did you feel the pressure of you got to live up to the hype or anything like that?
Um, you know, Definitely, people always thought that was good because of my dad. They always thought I never had to really work for anything. But you know, coming up, that just made me go harder. I'm a very humble person. My parents raised me right, so everything that I worked for, it's just everything that I worked for, just came from the ground bottom. Just working hard and just staying to myself and just being humble. I just had to do me. So, that definitely brought some motivation to the fire. And I feel like that's what's the player I am today. That's what made me. I hear people talking about that too, but I just tell them to go turn on the film and watch and look at the numbers, and it speaks for itself.
I mean, shoot. So, talking about numbers, led your team with tackle for loss, sack, tackles. I mean, just an unbelievable year. And sad that before the Zoom started, you were telling me how the season got pushed back and all that. So sad to see that you can't top it off with your senior year. But following that question, I also wanted to ask, what was it like growing up? I know you said like that's your biggest motivation. People doubting you because of your dad and all that, but how was it growing up in that household, and how when was the moment when he told you, did he tell you let's play football, or was it you fell in love with it by yourself?
I think it came with me. Growing up, I always been around the game of football. So I'm really like used to like all the coaching. Like my dad, he coaches me like I'm like in the league, like I'm one of his players. So I'm already used to the coaching. But when I was younger, I always been around the game, so it kind of just fell into my lap. And I just took off and ran with it. So being around, just growing up around the game all my life, it was just a blessing. And now look where I'm at now, just turning my dreams into reality.
I mean, that's dope. And speaking of dreams, I know before all those that magical season you had last year, it started with an injury. Missed
Yeah.
4 games, I believe, with your
Yes,
ankles.
sir.
I played I mean, obviously not on that level, but I played high school football and I had my ankle injury, and there's a lot that goes through it. So take me to when it happened, how you felt going through it, and where you're at right now, and what you learned from that.
Man, all right. So this is the crazy thing. So we just got done with the scrimmage. So this was like 2 weeks before our game, maybe three, whatever. So we're practicing. Scrimmage is done. So next week we come to practice. I'm dropping back in coverage, running to the football, and somehow my teammate comes out of nowhere, steps on the back of my ankle, and I couldn't. My whole leg went numb, and I couldn't really know what it was until I got the MRI and the X-ray and all that. And they said it was a torn ligament and a bone bruise. And they said, you can get surgery after the season or you can play on it. And I was just like, I'm going to thug it out. I'm going to sit out 4 weeks, do my time and just, because I have a lot of dedication for the game and to my teammates. And those 4 weeks were stressful. I did this therapy called ARP therapy.
Yeah.
It's basically like a stim unit, but on steroids, and they hook it up to you, find all the pressure points, turn it all the way up. You know, it was definitely painful and stressful, but it definitely made me a better player, you know, knowing that, you know, you're going to have adversity and it's going to hit you. You're either going to stay down or you're going to get back up. And I feel like that just elevated my game to a whole new level. You know, when I came back, you know, I felt better. I was kind of out of shape, but, you know, I just gave it my all every game and just doing what I had to do to help me and my team go and get another state championship.
That's dope. I mean, yeah, you could definitely start again on the tape. And for those of you guys that haven't watched the tape, man, I suggest if you want to see a beast going to work, I suggest you turn on the tape and watch this guy play, man. But I mean, before that junior year again, I know sophomore year Oregon offered you. A lot of
Yes, sir.
people probably don't know this, but your sister goes to Oregon State, and a lot
Yes,
of
sir.
people expected you to go to that school. Like, tell me, when Oregon offered you, what was going through your head, and like, did you know right away, like, oh, like that's definitely top three, or was it like fill you out process?
So this is what happened. Sophomore year, it was probably a couple weeks after the season ended, and we're in like the weight room lifting, you know, just winter conditioning and all that. And my coach, he comes in, he's like, Brandon, I gotta talk to you. And he's just like, Coach Cristobal came down and he said he wants to offer you. At first, I didn't believe it because I was like, he came all the way down here to offer me as a sophomore. And I was just like, what? And he's like, yeah, they came down here to offer you. And I was just speechless because, you know, as a little kid, you know, growing up, just watching the game, it just happened so fast, you know. I was just speechless and just lost for words, and I know I'm definitely blessed for that. But yeah, I always dreamed about playing at Oregon. My friends tell me that all the time, you know, how crazy their uniforms were, you know, when the Chip Kelly era was there, you know, seeing what they did. But yeah, Oregon has always been a top school for me. And it's just crazy how I'm really going to be up there next year, you know, playing at Austin Stadium. So I'm just counting down the days from here.
I mean, yeah, I mean Austin Stadium. I haven't been there myself, but I mean, even watching it on TV, you could gives you goosebumps. You just feeling that vibe and anything
Yes,
like
sir.
that. But but what's it called? Were you always going to stay in the Pac-12, or were you looking like elsewhere?
Well, I'm originally from North Carolina. So
Okay.
at first, so I didn't move out to Arizona until 2015. So at first, I always wanted to go back east, you know, and play like closer to home in North Carolina. But, you know, crazy how recruiting works. You know, you just find that school that's just best for you, best for your family, best for their education, and life after football. And Oregon had it all, just looking at their academics and what Coach Cristobal and the rest of the coaching staff is bringing to that program. You know, I definitely feel like I can fit right into that place.
I mean, yeah, I definitely agree with you. And with in your situation, you're coming up with a lot of Arizona players coming right now. Tyler Shuck went to
Yes, sir.
Chandler, and you also have your cousin Brandon Swinson. Did you guys grow up together? Speaking of Braden, or were you guys like just like distance cousin and you just like family type of thing?
We just like distant cousins. Like I didn't even know he was my cousin until last year. That's
Oh,
yeah. My dad told me. I was like, I never knew that he was my cousin. So it's, you know, it's good, you know, going up there with him. So I'll be in good
that's
hands.
crazy. That's really good. Hey man, I know for a fact like I don't only have three cousins. I know I probably have like a couple cousins missing too, man. But speaking of like cousins and family and all that, what's it called? Your dad, did he have anything to say with like, you know, leaning Clemson, or was it just like your process and just trust you with it and all that?
Definitely just my process and just trusting on what I feel like, what is home and what's best for me in my future. Because he already did his process and he already knows, like, he just wants me to enjoy this process for myself. So, you know, it's definitely just a time where it was definitely my decision at the end of the day.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's dope, man. You always like to see the parents just supporting you and filling your gym and all that. But I want to bring it all the way back again for
Okay.
because this whole topic is about, you know, the whole journey and all that. And I want to start with the Pop Warner days. Like, how did it start for Brandon? Like, what was it like? When did you realize you fell in love with the game and you were like, you know what, I'm definitely gonna do this type of thing?
Well, I'll take you back to flag football. When I was younger, I was definitely soft. After every game, I used to cry. I didn't even make it through half of the games because I used to cry. my dad to take me home early. So that process, when I was younger, it definitely took a lot of time, for me to like really understand and just like, understand the game of football. But when I got older, just maturing, and just sitting down and just breaking down the game, it all started probably when I got to tackle, because I was big enough, so I used to play up
Yeah.
with like the older kids. So, they definitely, roughed me up a little bit. So, just I used to play running back too when I was younger. So, just the
I
ball in
can't
your
imagine
hand.
that. Just
It's a different feeling when you have the ball in your hands. So, that definitely started all when I played running back. Then I got too big, and there was like a weight limit, so I had to play offensive line. I had to block people. It was just a whole bunch of craziness. So I used to play all over the field, and that's good as a little kid because you just want to be out there and have fun. So no matter what position I was at, I was just going to have fun, make plays, and just be out there with my friends.
I mean, you talk about you playing running back and all that. Like I could see your speed, your bend, how you bend the corners and all that translate to your game right now. Do you have a favorite technique or even scheme that you like to play in a 3-4-4-3? Like what's your preference? And to follow that up too, my fault. To follow
You
the
good?
two, what's your favorite like move that you use?
For scheme, it doesn't really matter for me unless I can get after that quarterback. So that's the main goal. So whatever scheme, just let me go, let me eat. My favorite move, I definitely like to use the long arm or the stab or the cross chop or the double swipe. And, every move, like I have like 3 to 4 moves I like to use. I like try to perfect, not try to show too much, but I just like getting at that quarterback, and that's the main goal, just go out there and making plays.
And speaking of you practicing your moves and trying to perfect your craft, I've seen that Chandler Jones of the Arizona Cardinals like retweeted or even commented a couple times in your tweet. Like, what's your relationship with him? Like, how do you know him?
So this was crazy. I used to go to facility with my dad all the
Okay.
time, just being around the players, just being in the meetings, just picking up like little tips here and there, writing them down in my notes or whatever. And now that I'm older, I just DM him, and, we just have conversations on the daily, just him giving me little tips like how he breaks down the film, what he does every week to be prepared when it's time to go on Sunday. He's just giving me all the knowledge that he knows and just installing it in me so I can use it to my game and use it in my own way. So, it's definitely a good relationship. It benefits both of us.
That's dope, man. And it just sounds like you're a real student of the game and you don't take this for granted. And it's just like, there's definitely no handouts. Obviously, you have to work for all that. Now getting into it, like, you know the game, like how to attack people and all that. Who was the toughest person you had to face, like in high school right now, or even Pop Warner?
Okay. Does it matter what position? Or
Yeah,
are
it,
you
it, it doesn't matter what. Actually, both of them. Position, offensive line, then after that, just overall.
okay? Definitely position. I had to go with Bram Walden, Bram from Saguaro, who's
Okay.
going to Oregon too. Then Jalen Jeffers, who's going up to Oregon too, which is in the 2020 class. Then any other skilled positions, definitely Bijan Robinson, the running back that's at
Okay.
Texas right now. He's a grown man at running back. And probably Keely Ringo and Lathan Ransom. Those are
Gotcha.
probably the top players and best players I went against.
Gotcha. And if right now, you a player that Oregon's not like that's on Oregon's radar. Obviously, Oregon is a national brand, and they obviously see every talent from like gems and talent everywhere and all that. But if Oregon doesn't have their eyes on someone, who is someone that you recruit to Oregon and tell Oregon to look out for?
Man, I definitely have a few players here at Chandler. Keon Graves, he just committed to Arizona.
Gotcha.
I'm always telling him, if they come along, you already know what to do. I got my boy Karan Adams, the fastest kid in the state in Arizona. I got Zion Maganlay, my other defensive end at Chandler. There's a lot of people that I want to come to Oregon, and hopefully they can get their eyes on. But, wherever place that they find, I'll be happy with them. But those are definitely some players I want them to look at for sure.
That's dope. That's real too. One question I asked last week to Jackson Light, is if oh, I'm sorry, I just drew blank real quick.
You good?
But yeah, actually, one question I asked Jackson Light was if you were to like pick one uniform out of or all Oregon Ducks uniform, which one would it be?
All right. So definitely the all black Jordans. The Oregon Jordan collab that they had that one year, or the ones that they wore against Washington, the all white with the chrome helmet. And the year that they played Ohio State, when I think 2015, it was like the white and the gray and like the white and gray helmet. I don't know if you remember it, but it was the game where they played against Ohio State in 2015.
You didn't feel the cancer one with the pink one and
They're nice. I don't really like the pink on the helmet though. I don't really like the pink on the helmet.
Got you. And before the Zoom started again, you were telling me that you might enroll early. And like, what's the situation with your football season, and where do you plan on going from there?
As of right now, we do have a season, even though that they pushed it back. It's supposed to start in October 2nd, but I might enroll early or not. It just depends. During these tough times, I just want to spend time with some family before I leave. Just make sure everybody's good and stuff like that. But it's up in the air right now. But whatever works out, I'm gonna take the chance to, for sure.
Okay. And I mean, I love hearing your story now. It's time for the fans' questions, the ones that a couple of them was just dying to ask me. Popular question is the hype real? Like, how on Twitter, how Duck fans be commenting and like posting, retweeting, like all the design. How much does it really affect a recruit in their decision and all that?
Like the hype of the school, like of Oregon.
Basically, like the fans hype, like social media presence and like all that. Like how much does it really play into like a kid looking out of school and saying, oh well, the fans show me more love there, so I'm considering it more.
Well, definitely. I know Oregon fans, definitely when you post that first offer, Oregon fans come out of nowhere. I was like, dang. And their fan base really rocks with you. Like if you show them love, they'll show you love, and they'll support you no matter what. That's what I liked about it. Even just random people. You post out like your workout clip. You say, they just like to see you win. And just be successful. So definitely the hype is real, especially at Oregon for sure.
I mean, you talked about like, them supporting you with everything and all that. But I know like seeing your interview and hearing you talk previously, you've always said that what's it called? One thing that's important to you is just like your future and all that, because football doesn't last forever. What are you gonna major in, and like what's your dream job pretty much if football doesn't work out?
Definitely I want to major in business and marketing. I want to have my own clothing brand.
Yes, sir.
I want to
Thought about a
buy.
name yet or not?
I don't have a name yet, but it has to be something hard. Something that's going to catch the people's attention. I want to buy into some businesses. Co-own, maybe get into what's it called? What's the housing? What is it called?
Like oh, I know what you're talking about. Like basically like land and all that, like farm,
like real estate.
Real estate. Yes.
Yep. I definitely want to get into real estate. I definitely want to build my own houses. So I really have like a big plan of how I want to like save my money. Like when what to work with. So I have a lot up in here. I just got to write it down, but I definitely know what I want to do for sure.
Got you. I mean, it definitely sounds like you're a real mature kid. You have your head on right and all that. You really think about all that. But is there any last thing you want to tell the Ducks fans to look out for and get ready?
Ducks fans, when I get up there, it's gonna be a show. When I get my chance on the field, I'm gonna go get after that quarterback. We're gonna celebrate. We're gonna celebrate together. And our goal for this class, the 2021 class, we're building something special. We're definitely gonna try and bring that national championship to Eugene. So that's the number one goal, and we're gonna give you our all. So that's
what number would they should they be looking out for to look for Brandon Buckner?
Man, the dream number, if I get it, is number 5. You know
Gotcha,
what
gotcha.
Kayvon's doing up there in number 5. That number 5 is special. So that's definitely what number I want to get. But whenever I get that number, or whatever number I get when I get there, we're gonna rock out. We're just gonna be out there making plays for sure.
Most definitely. I appreciate you taking your time out of your day to do this little quick interview with me. Just wanted to give Ducks fan a feel of who welcome them, welcome you to, the family and all that. And, just get to know you a little bit, just little questions here and there.
Yes,
Appreciate
sir.
you, man. All right, take care, bro.
All right, fam.